What's up, guys? My name is Ryu for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. Welcome to the top 10 countdown on the top 10 booster sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! To date. Now, keep in mind, pay very close attention to that upload date because this will be redone in the future, probably in about 12 months from now, if there's actually amazing sets that come out. But right now, judging from what we've seen, not too much just yet. But again, the year is still early, you never know. So let's kick it off. We're in number 10 spot, but before we go to that number 10 spot, we got some mentions. These just barely made the cut, didn't make the cut. Star Strike Blast, The Secret Forces, and Duelist Genesis. Now this is my opinion, so share yours down below. Just saying, don't say, where's X and X? Just explain why you feel X and X should be there, just so we're clear. Woo! Legacy of Darkness. Let's get this underway. Now, why Legacy of Darkness? Was actually a few reasons for Legacy of Darkness. Yatagarasu, Dark Ruler Hades, for its time was amazing. Yatagarasu is still scary as shit, just in case you're wondering. We also got cards like Marauding Captain, Exile Force. Exile Force has led the way in the future for stuff like Archfiend Eccentric. It's pretty much the ancestor to him, and you gotta look at it that way. You also have Reinforcements of the Army, which was super generic warrior support for any warrior deck, and still to this day amazing. And it flip-flops on the ban list, but you know, I laugh at that, but it flip-flops on the ban list left and right faster than well, I'm not gonna go into it. Super Rejuvenation. Yeah, I don't think I really need to go into too much Super Rejuvenation, but I got the axe thanks to what are those things, Dragon Rulers? Fiber Jar. Have you ever just wanted to watch the world burn? Watch your opponent's life dwindle down, like real world life dwindle down? And Fiber Jar was your best friend back in the day. Creature Swap, another amazing card from this set. I don't think that people pay attention to way back in the day. Oh, Royal Oppression led the way for Vanity's Emptiness, much stronger. Doesn't care when a card's sent to the grave, you gotta get rid of this. Bottomless Trap Hole, also something we still use to this day. Last Turn, I just feel like fucking ending the game. And finally, Injection Fairy Lily will be the cards I mentioned from this set, leading out, you know, fleshing it out to be one of the best sets of all time, and still to this date, there's not quite much like Legacy of Darkness. But let's move on to number 9. Number 9 is Duelist Revolution, because Duelist Revolution led the way for quite a few things of Poly Duality, Scrap Dragon, and Effect Feather. But when you look at the set, it doesn't stand the test of time very, very well compared to a lot of other sets that have led the way since. And I know I'm probably sounding like a guy who just seems salty about Legacy, Duelist Revolution and saying, it's not that great of a set anymore, you're crazy, you're insane. But let's be honest, 4 cards, and if you count Synchrofusion as 5, there's really not much else to that set that really matters outside of scraps and whatnot. And that's only if you play scraps. If you're not a person who plays those kinds of decks, you know, the horses or the scraps, then there's really not much to the, you know, to the set. There's not much meat there, but it's still an amazing set regardless. And I will not I will not little down the set of what it is. I will not break it down any further. Number 8, and this may surprise some people, Breakers of Shadow. Probably one of the best sets we've had in a long time, even though Konami pretty much killed the secondary market on it pretty quick. Let's be honest, when you look at the cards in that set, there's something for everyone. There's quite a bit, and this is the set that set the whole bar of now you can expect getting a holo every pack, and you can't complain that you didn't pull a holo or you pulled a shit holo, because hey, you pulled something that's worth at least $2. Okay. Not every super rare is worth $2 in there. Some of them are worth $1, some of them are worth $4, but you know what? It feels better when you open a pack knowing that it's easier to get, harder to get cards than it has been for its predecessors. So Breakers of Shadow is amazing for that reason, but we're going to be talking about Breakers of Shadow again later this week on Pack Versus. So I'm just going to recite some of the stuff from Pack Versus. I'm going to actually go over to my notes and pull it out. Alright, let's talk about Breakers of Shadow. Giving us Twin Twisters, giving us Draco Slayers, and yes, I actually count that as a good thing. Giving us Quaking Mirror Force, Solemn Strike, giving us Rafika, giving us Fiendish Rush Rhino, giving us Interrupted Kaiju and brand new Kaijus. finally importing Cyber Dragon Infinity. There's plenty of reasons to love it. Even if you're not a meta player, there's something there for you. To have that middle ground between Heavy Storm and MST is the best damn thing the set has done. Regardless of what the values are on cards, that is the greatest thing that this set has done for Yu-Gi-Oh! In a very, very long time. I will say that much. It is that damn good. My number 7 pick is Dragons of Legend 1. Not 2, 1. I have Timaeus, Fire Hand, Ice Hand, Mathematician. I could be here for about 3 hours going over some of my favorite, just seeing them come to life anime cards. Getting Soul Charge. And actually getting a Soul Charge that was 10 times better than the anime one. Yes, I said it. It's actually really balanced at 1. Anything higher, it's kind of stupid because you're constantly getting a Monster Reborn. It gave us so much. Even though it may not seem that way, it's pretty much one of the last sets to completely sell out, and it's hard as anything without going online to actually find it at a retail store to buy a pack. And if you do find it, it's going to be goddamn expensive. And anyone remember when Breakers of Shadow was goddamn expensive? Like $6 a pack or something along those lines? It did happen. But Dragons of Legend, Eye of Timaeus, is sitting at $50-something because of new Dark Magician support. It's like a fine wine. And I'm probably going to be making that reference like 4 times this week. Now, Dragons of Legend is just getting better, and better when you look at it. There's amazing cards in that set. Even though at first it was just like, I'm getting all my anime cards and I'm fucking excited. Now you're just getting amazing stuff. You know, it was a surprise factor, and I still love the set. I really do. My number 7 pick is going to go to Lord of Tachyon Galaxy. Main reason is fucking Dragon Rulers. I will say this much. I don't like Pepe. Dragon Rulers were more of a pain in the ass than Pepe, in my opinion. Just so that's clear. We're dealing with a Pendulum deck than monster effects that can just banish out 2 dragons or 2 elements and pop out onto the field. And they still have like 3 other effects. Yeah, no thank you, keep it away, just saying. But obviously, we all know Dragon Rulers level 7, rank 7 abuse, Big Eye, Dragosack being amazing in this set. Fire Fist being so underrated for getting more support. There's Mecha Phantom Beast, there's Madolche Hoot Cake, who is fucking amazing when it comes to Madolche. There's the Harpy Chandler that came in here. There's number 107. There's Gauntlet Launcher if you run a rank 6 deck. There's plenty. There is plenty here. King of the Feral fucking Imps, Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, the Spellbook of Judgment. How do you define a format? Spellbook of Judgment, and the Dragon Rulers. Even Mermel's got some love up in this bitch in this set. We actually got some cool tech cards that don't see a lot of love, and of course a Yugioh, because you gotta mention that Yugioh. Now, everything else was kind of meh, but you know what? It was cool to see the mix of the set, and I still think it's one of the better sets of Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. And the only thing I still can't stand, I'll say it again, is those damn Dragon Rulers, because they were just busted as fuck. Let's move on to number 6, and they still technically are. I'm sorry, let's move on to number 5. Whoa, we're halfway through the list. For number 5, you guys may know it as Magic Ruler, but due to a lawsuit from Magic the Gathering to Konami to cease and desist the use of magic in their spell cards, well, in what is now spell cards, they used to be magic cards, hence Magic Ruler, was changed into Spell Ruler, and all the sets previously to it had to be renamed, relaunched with spell this, spell that. But this set, honestly, over time has gotten even better because this is the set that gave us tunes. No, in all honesty, the tunes in this set are not the greatest. And you're probably instantly looking at this set, like you go down the list, and you're just like, what the hell is Ryu see in this fucking set? Well, I see Relinquish, I see Upstart Goblin, I see Final Destiny. No, that card's awful, and that movie was awful too. I see Conspication. I can't even pronounce it right. There'll be an image. Delinquent Duo. I see quite a few banned cards, and I see some stuff like MST, Giant Trunade, Painful Choice. If you've never played against Painful Choice, thank God you never played against that thing. That thing is 10 times more broken now than it ever has been in the past. Like, if you go and you play with the one ban card thing, the thing is fucking goddamn stupid now. Cyberjar, Banisher of the Light. Okay, Banisher of the Light's kind of bad. But you have Senju, who's been used in Necross. That's pretty recent. I guess we can go with that. That's pretty recent, right? So, It's not just for nostalgic reasons that I put this so high on the list, but it is one of the funnier sets to actually have come out because of what happened with Magic the Gathering and Konami. Take that, Konami, in your face, man! But it is a set that gave us Spellbinding Circle, so if you're a fan like me, that was badass to have, and especially for the time, it was an amazing set, especially when it was released. Not so much anymore. There's only a few banned cards in it that I was like, holy crap, that's amazing. And now it's just kind of a meh set, but I put it here for a little bit of nostalgic reason, and because it's one of my favorites. And there's a few cards that are still, really, really good that people just don't really seem to give a shit about anymore, but it's cool. It is what it is. Like, Toon World, obviously, is a thing. Megamorph, if you want to be cheeky about it, you got that Megamorph. But let's go down to the Big Four. Yes, the Big Four. And kicking off the Big Four, Legend of Blue Eyes White Dragon. And for the last time, just so this is out there, Blue Eyes is not my favorite deck. It is one of my favorite decks, but this is not the reason I put this on the list. This is absolutely not the reason. Even though it gave us a reprint that looked ugly as fuck of Blue Eyes White Dragon and a fucking fugly is one word, Dark Magician, is still an amazing set to this day for what it gave us, because it gave us level 4 fusions. Yeah, that's totally the reason, man. When you play instant fusion before you had that Norton that you guys just loved, man, that's how you fucking did it. That's how you fucking did it. No, it's all about Dragon Capture Chart. No, in all seriousness, cards like Dark Hole, Raigeki, Fissure, the original Trap Hole, Polymerization, these are all cards that led the way and still have some sort of an impact into the game right now. And you're probably going, but Ryu just put it here because it's the first list. It's the first set, man. That's all he cares about, is all the first sets. Fuck everything else. No. Swords of Revealing Light, Pot of Greed, Monster Reborn. All the Exodia pieces. Can you, anyone remember chasing down those fucking Exodia pieces? God damn, that shit sucked. And the 2 secret rares were 2 of the worst secret rares ever. They were cool, don't get me wrong. Like, Trihorn Dragon was so badass, and you're so cool for running it, but it was so fucking bad. But there are a few things like Raigeki and Dark Hole and Pot of Greed that have led the way for the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you don't think that I am actually right with that, think about Pot of Greed for a minute. Think about Monster Reborn for a minute. Why are they still banned? Think about the Exodia pieces. It gave us our first alternate win condition. Right there is a big chunk of the reason why I put it here. Now, you may have a differentiate. You may differentiate on your choices. That's absolutely fine. But for me, this is top 4. This is top 4 stuff. It's like absolute gold to me. So let's go into the big 3. Duelist Alliance, a set that gave us 5 separate decks at any given time were competitive aspect or competitive level, and it gave us Cleaforts, it gave us Shadows, it gave us Yang Zing, it gave us Burning Abyss, Satellar Knights, 5 powerful decks right off the bat. And if I'm forgetting something, you let me know. And it also gave us the very, very first start of Pendulums, with Odd Eyes being in this set, and that was the only way to get Odd Eyes at the time. So Duelist Alliance, I've talked about in the past. I'm not going to dwell on it, go 20 minutes on it, but Duelist Alliance, amazing set, still stands the test of time. Number 2, Phantom Darkness. Teledad is the main reason it goes here, but giving a TCG exclusive of Test Tiger was brilliant at the time. Right now, Test Tiger's pretty awful. I mean, to be fair, GBs are just kind of awful because they can't really compete. It's hard to win with them. But Phantom Darkness, giving all that love, the Lore of Darkness, opening the doors for Teledad, fucking Dad Return. And these are decks that were out in 2008, about 8 years ago. And I know some of you are probably going, holy shit, man, I wasn't playing Yu-Gi-Oh! At that time, or I took a break during Teledad. Teledad was too fast, or Dad Return was abusive. Dark Lord Zerato, Prime Material Dragon, How You Lead the Future, my god, I can't speak right, is with Phantom Darkness. But what is number 1? Number 1 is something that gave us the ban list. It's something that caused the game to first have this first bump in power creep, where Konami goes, oh shit, we went too far, we gotta go back. I give you Invasion of Chaos as the number 1 greatest set of all time, setting what would be the power creep syndrome into the future, and giving me one of my favorite decks of all time, if not my favorite, Chaos. BLS, Chaos Emperor Dragon. Multiple cards like Demok led the way during this set. Sought out after. People went nuts. They rioting in the street. No, it wasn't that bad. In all seriousness, this is the set that made competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Break into, oh shit, it's not just big-ass beat sticks anymore. There's actually this whole nother level of this competitive game, and we need a ban list right now. And for those of you who remember the following, I think it was Beckett Magazines. It was something along those lines. It was like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Collecting magazine. They actually printed out the first ban list in that thing. And on there was like Raigeki and Dark Hole. And I think for its time it was kind of stupid. But I think Heavy Storm, Giant Trune, and MST were all there too. It was kind of funny. No one really used Solemn Judgment during that time. Again, not really, because it was a much different, game. It wasn't as fast. It was a lot slower. It was more thought out. Invasion of Chaos, though, gave us the ban list. So every time you get a card that you just hate and can't wait for going on the ban list, you can thank the Egyptian gods that Invasion of Chaos came out and set it up. But you can also curse Invasion of Chaos for setting power creep into motion. That is the main source of power creep. Phantom Darkness bumped it up again. But I'm telling you, Invasion of Chaos was the #1 most broken set for its time, and it is what set power creep in motion. But you guys share your thoughts down below. What do you think are the top 10 sets? These are my top 10, so share yours down in the comment section below, and I will see you on the next video. I'm ready for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council. If you enjoy the content, make sure to subscribe for more, and I will see you later.